So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back with another video. This is a little bit more higher production value since yesterday. And today I'm just going to be going through the fundamentals of business and what I'm thinking through and what you're going to need to think through to start your own business. So without further ado, let's get into it. So when you're looking into a business, the biggest thing that you're going to need to look for is really what are you looking for out of your business. I started by looking through my business needs, what I wanted my business to do, and how I wanted it to function. So I made this list. I'll put a screenshot on here. I just use Evernote for all of my organization and so on and so forth. So as you can see here, it says business needs. So it needs to be lean, which basically means that it's not set to a given location. It doesn't need any kind of big, like, clunky product or a service where I'm attached to where it is, essentially. And then it has to be profitable. That's kind of a given. But it has to be high margin, which means, I've talked about before with my revenue. So revenue is the money that you make. Expenses are what you spend. The money left over is profit or margin. So you want to make sure that there's a lot of margin instead of high margin, instead of low margin, so that you're making more money. And low overhead is one of the ways to do that. So not very much upfront expenses is the biggest thing. Something for me, you're able to work anytime, 24/7, 365. The insurance industry, the automotive industry, what I was in, you kind of couldn't start until about 8, and you usually couldn't work past about 8. So granted, that's a 12-hour day, but sometimes you need more than 12 hours a day. Like right now, it's 4:09 in the morning, and I'm filming this video, and I just got my outreach strategy nailed down, which we'll talk about a little bit further tomorrow. So really just being able to work on it anytime is a big thing for me particularly, and for your business as a whole. The next key is it has to be sellable. So the things I came up with were value for money. One of the ways you can provide value for the client's money is by promising that it will make them more money. For example, you're spending money there. If you spend money with me, I can help you get more money to spend on that other thing. It's essentially. So value for money makes you more money. Value for time. For me, it was you can get it when you need it. And these are all underselling points, by the way. So value for time, just so that you're not waiting a whole long time. It's a quick turnaround, but then also value for quality, tailor-made to your brand/company. And I'll do a further in-depth video on branding, but essentially what branding is, it's a lot more than a logo and a color scheme. Essentially what it is how your customers feel about your company. It's essentially the feeling around it, what creates loyalty and connection to your company, to your product. That is all encompassing in branding. And so sometimes parts of branding can be a sound behind a video. Parts of branding can be, like the little Zorns Media little logo thing that's in the bottom of my video. Obviously that is the logo. It could be the color scheme that I use in the videos. It could be this background that I have that's just a part of my brand that keeps people trusting me and trusting what I'm talking about, and so that when they see it, they recognize it, and there's that immediate connection. Then the other thing is knowable, so knowable. So it's got to be something for me, something as far as scaling that people can see, people can know about it. I'd like it to be kind of just a general knowledge of When you need a logo, when you need your brand worked on, you go to Zorns Media. Similarly, when you need athletic apparel, you go to Adidas, you go to Gymshark, you go to Nike, you go to Lululemon or Lululemon, Fabletics, whatever. It's got to be knowable. You don't want it. We are going to talk tomorrow about paid searches and search engine optimization. I want it to be to where people who are just getting in to starting their business or needing a rebrand, they already know the name Zorns Media and are already just Googling Zorns Media, not I need branding work done. So knowability is a really good, really powerful thing that I think is necessary in any company. The next thing is having some add-ons. So, having your base price and then having things that you can add on later, which I can show you later in my packaging plan. And then one thing I said was add goodies. So for example, like some trips, some movie or game tickets, or some giveaways. Those were just some ideas that I'd had. But the biggest things are needs to be lean, profitable, able to work anytime, sellable, scalable, and knowable. So those are kind of the biggest keys. I'll go ahead and put together this slide so that you can screenshot it for your own memory so that you can know how to do it. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I hope you'd like to join me on this journey. So if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button and that subscribe button so that you can watch me build this company from the ground up. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.